Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is very strange.
Hello, everybody. It has been a long, long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a long road. We're here today. Can you hear me okay? I feel like my ear thing's a little, but I don't think it has to do with how I sound. I think it has to do with how I'm hearing. Does it seem like that to you or no?
What's the issue?
Because it's like a little bit crackly in my ears. But I think that that's just my ears. That's not how I sound, right?
No, you don't sound crackly.
Okay, cool. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us for another week of the Black Multiverse Theory podcast. We did have a little bit of a break, but now we are back in full effect. Welcome.
Welcome.
I think maybe July will be our break month because it seems like July is very emotional for everybody.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is. So a little bit of self-care. I had an amazing trip in July. I went to Waterton, and Waterton, I think, beats Banff and Jasper hands down. Not that it's a competition, but if it were a competition, Waterton would win, I think.
Nice.
So, if you're in Alberta and you haven't had the opportunity to check out Waterton National Park, definitely check that out. I don't remember what the Blackfoot name for it is, but it is Blackfoot territory. And for those of you who don't know this, that Canada essentially took all of the most sacred land, and that is why these spots are like ultra beautiful. They took all the sacred land, and then that's what they went ahead and made into national parks. So if you go and see it, it is definitely, the mountains tell a whole story. And a lot of people were like a little bit distraught because the fires happened in 2017, so the trees are very much still all burnt up. But the really cool thing is that I have never seen a forest floor before. So being able to like drive through the mountains and literally see all of the new flora and fauna and the life after a forest fire. It was really magnificent. So yeah, check out Waterton. I know the borders are going to be a little weird for a little while. So, what else did we have?
We had quite a few things happen, especially when it comes down to events that we had. So before Waterton, we did an entire Bliss Band. Was it Bliss Band we did?
We did Bliss Band for Carrie West.
We did a recording for Carrie West.
It was very awesome.
Which we will talk about. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun with that recording, which this Carrie West that just passed us. For those of you who don't know, it's usually around the second week or first week of August that they do the parade and they do a lot of the show stuff. So in that, they had a virtual time where you got to go to Carrie West virtually. You could see it online, and you can show up to the spots where the parade is happening and where they have what is called the showcase, I believe it's called. It's a showcase that they have where they profile the mass bands and their costumes. And this year they had it at Churchill Square downtown.
It was fun.
And I happened to be a stage ringmaster for the circus. It was a very circus theme for the children's portion where they had balloon making, balloon animals making, face painting, games. They also had food trucks. They had art show by Five Artists One Love, where you got to go and paint your own artwork. They also had arts and crafts by New Generation, which was there. And last but not least, and most importantly, they had book reading with yours truly,
Nilo. And just so you guys know, my real name is not Nilo. Just so you know. A lot of people don't know that.
What is that called when you have a
nom de plume?
Alias.
Pseudonym,
yeah. So her pseudonym is
Nilo, correct.
Which most people call because it's what it is.
You have to tell that story. Greg wants to know where you got the Ringmaster jacket. So I would like you to tell the story of the jacket, please.
So the Ringmaster jacket happened because they asked for me to be the ringmaster.
Right.
After a while, they were like, "Can you get the information? We'll take care of everything." Kara West was really, really, really nice of how they dealt with it and how we went through. We agreed upon the contract and we went went forward. Then they told me where to pick up the ringmaster outfit. There's a place on the south side called Theater Garage. At Theater Garage, you could pretty much get anything there but shoes for your outfit. So if you want to be Chewbacca, you could be Chewbacca.
Except shoes.
If you want to be a pirate, well, he doesn't wear shoes, but
feet.
If
Chewbacca feet.
You get the full suit. So,
okay.
So it comes with feet. But,
I like it.
But if you have shoes, but if you wanted to be like, let's say, a Luke Skywalker or Boba Fett or any superhero, you would have to figure out your boot situation for Batman or whatever.
Right.
So I went there and I picked up my thing, and the lady had mad attitude when I got there. She was like, "Oh, it's over here in these two aisles." I said, "Yeah, I spoke to somebody." She's like, "You spoke to me," and I was like, "Oh, okay, great." So I said, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, the jacket is over here, and then you have to find separate pants." So because they didn't have boots, I had to figure out what pants I was going to wear that would match the jacket as much as possible. They didn't have black pants with a red stripe. They only had navy blue pants with a red stripe. So I found the closest one to match the jacket because the jacket was red and black.
Okay.
So I found the closest one. When I got to the thing, I put the jacket up to hang, and the guy came in to also get a very similar suit. So she's like, "Oh, there's one hanging up over there." But she knew I hung that one up. So he's taking it and about to try it on. And I was like, "Excuse me, sir, that jacket's the one I'm looking for to match this pants. But there are other jackets over there that you can fit yourself in." So he looked at me kind of weird. And he was like, "That lady sent me to get this jacket here." I said, "Yeah, down the aisles is where you'd get it." So I get it. I rent it. I go out. We do have a great time. As they say in Jamaica, I had a kitty wampus time with everybody. And it was good.
Except people kept confusing you for a magician instead of a ringmaster.
As I wore it, a lot of the kids were, "It's a magician!"
It's because you didn't have a whip.
I didn't have a whip. I had a ringmaster's cane.
Okay.
But the cane had a white tip, so everybody kept confusing it for
a magic stick,
very large magic wand. So I was like, okay. So I had a good time. My niece was in the show, and a lot of my family members were in the show as well. And then after I returned it the very next day, which would have been the Saturday, this Monday, Theater Garage called me and they were like, "Excuse me, I'd like to remind you that you have to return your stuff on Sunday."
This is my favorite part of the story.
And I was like, "Ma'am, I would just like to tell you that I returned it on Saturday. So what I'm going to need you to do is walk around the whole place, find out where you put it, and then go and write it down and make sure you document that I returned it one day early on Saturday." In fact, the lady I returned it to was blonde hair, and she herself had a cane. So you could probably ask her, and next time before you call people, then you check your whole inventory to make sure that you have it and call the people that work there. "Thanks, I appreciate it, bye." And I left.
And I call this matching energy. I call that keeping the same energy.
I was like, "Thank you, bye." And I hung up the phone. She's like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "Bye."
Oh, she said, "I'm sorry"?
She was like, No, she was like, I'll check. I'll check with her then. And I was like, okay, thanks, bye. And I hung up the phone.
She needed to say sorry.
Yeah, but this is what happens. I don't know what it was about me or about her that day. Right? I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what it was about her or about me.
Sorry.
But it was an issue. So, I'm going to keep on going. Because
you keep on going.
Right.
I'm managing food.
So, then, we had a great time. I returned all the stuff. We also did... What else did we do? We went to... we did the Care West.
Heritage?
Ah, yes.
I'm going to leave you with that.
Well, first we did Heritage, but what I did was a media takeover of Heritage. So I took over their social media for 3 days before Heritage Days, before their world music tour that they had, music festival that they had. And even before that, I did the President's Reception. So I did the President's Reception where I emceed that. That was great. I completely overdressed for the President's Reception. I literally thought it was going to be shirt and tie. It became T-shirt and tie-dye T-shirts. It's more tie-dye T-shirt than anything else. So I got there. There was a lot of shorts and T-shirts in there, and I had a full black tuxedo style thing, which was fine. With the tuxedo, with what I had, we had a great time. Everybody had a great time, and I emceed that. Then we came back, and I took over their social media. Went to a place called La Boca Loca. If anybody does not know what La Boca Loca is,
shout out to them.
Shout out to them. They were amazing. I have to give them a thank you card. They're great. They are on the south side. Great Latin American food, large portions. They took care of us. They fed me and 7-time world champion, 8-time national champion, 3-time Olympian Neville Wright.
Sorry about that.
Where he was able to eat to his heart content. We had beef heart. We ate a bunch of stuff, lots of drinks there, had a really great time with that. So that was amazing.
Also, everybody just ignore Sunset.
Sunset is
here
in the
today.
She is in the building, making herself known back and forth.
She does not care about what anybody else has going on.
Yeah, she's like, is there food over here?
Oh, so we're eating? Oh, no, we're not?
Greg said theater people are weird sometimes. Are they ever? Sometimes.
Theater people are weird, period, which is what makes us theater people, but...
And Greg said it's World Music Week, not festival, not tour, but Music Week.
Okay.
It keeps confusing me because it started on Thursday, and my week starts Sunday, I believe.
Depends what kind of week you're talking about.
So, yeah. So, we had World Music Week. It was great. Mm-hmm. And we had so many different things happen. Shout out to Sherelle.
Big time.
Also,
Cheryl.
Big time for Soca Fit, if you want to know where she is at.
Also,
Cheryl, Raleigh's report.
Shout out to Carrie West, who managed to still have a parade that was longer than our regular parade for some reason. In Allendale and the community of Allendale.
Allendale?
Yeah, because they definitely welcomed us, came out. I think white folks understand Halloween, so Jab Jab just like fits into this Halloween theme for them. So they weren't like, what is this? They were like, oh, it's a Halloween parade. Yeah. So then shout out to everybody who came out for Jab Jab for sure. And the whole Trini Fetas team who was out in Soca Under the Stars, which was the rooftop of the AGA. Apparently they have a big veranda up there. And I don't know why, but in the middle of the veranda, there's like a bunch of rocks. I feel like it's a waste of space personally, but maybe art. I don't know. So we were out there. I was definitely not dressed appropriately for the party. I was more dressed for a fete, and also came with an entire fete atmosphere. So I fete for like 3 hours while everybody was shishi-foo-fooing on top of the Art Gallery of Alberta. But it was really good. We had fun.
Oh, it was on top.
Yeah, it was on the outside, like on the roof on top.
Oh, I did a lot of work. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a balcony veranda thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, actually. I don't understand why they have those rocks there, because like half of the floor is cordoned off, and then there's these black rocks, and then there's like lights. So I'm like,
art.
This needs to be fire or something. I don't know.
Art, right?
Sounds like art. Sounds like art. Yes. Tania said she was not ready. It was definitely a lot longer than we realized. And then at the end, I realized that I was actually prepared for a much longer festival than we were actually participating in. We laid on the grass for a little while before.
Tania said liquor helps with stamina,
It does somehow.
Not in all cases.
Well,
I'm just going to put that
on the road. On the road,
it does help. Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's about it. Are you okay to move on to the scroll?
We can move on to the scroll.
We are going to start the scroll off today with actually a special guest. I have to text her and remind her. As she said 30 minutes ago, text me and remind me.
Wow.
This is big sister stuff. So today is also a big shout out to my niece, Brittany Backus. It is her birthday today. I don't know how old she turns, but
shout out to Brittany Backus.
If you guys want to support her, check out Beauty by BB.
Beauty by BB.
Yeah. She also makes products like a rose spray and a bunch of other natural skincare products.
Darren Hall is in the house.
Hey, Darren.
King Darren, what's up? Ronald is in the house. What's up, Ronald?
Mm-hmm. Tanya's ready. Tanya's back.
Tanya's been here. Greg is here.
Greg's
good to see all y'all. Happy birthday to Princess BB.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brittany Backus. She got a Polaris, which I had to Google the car.
Oh, she got Polaris. Okay.
It's like black on black with black ribs. It's nice, but I didn't.
Black.
Yeah, it's Volvo's answer to the Tesla, essentially. So
yeah,
it's like a high end.
Yeah, I was about to say the Polaris is very, very environmentally friendly.
Yeah, it's an electric car, so it's definitely fly.
It makes that noise when it drives.
Are you sure?
It does.
Really?
Yeah, like a wind-up car.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm like, okay, yeah.
So, today we are going to be talking to my sister Marilyn. She is a respiratory therapist, and we're actually going to be talking specifically about the COVID vaccine, just a couple questions that are pretty much the most frequently asked questions. Mm-hmm. And then she's going to talk about some of her time working sort of in the height of COVID, and she's coming at us from New York. And yeah, this is my big sister, is my favorite sister. So
is she in the waiting room?
She's right now in the green room, yeah.
The green room?
That's why I'm saying all these nice things about her.
Ah!
All right. Okay, ready? There she is.
There she is, big sister Marilyn. Wait,
hi,
everybody. Hey.
I think we have to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, but we can't hear you, right? Let's see. Hold on.
You'll just turn the volume up on your thingamabob.
On my thingamabob. Let's see. Try again, Lynn.
Hi.
Can
you hear me?
Nothing. Can the people at home hear?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can you hear Marilyn? Is it doctor? What is it?
It's just Marilyn.
It's not just Marilyn. It is the great and wonderful Marilyn. That's what it is. It's not just Marilyn.
She's like,
Hold on, we're gonna try and get some volume.
Darren, can you tell me if you can hear
They're
her?
saying
They're hearing you
they're
fine.
hearing you fine.
Which means it's our problem.
Yeah, we are having the problem.
Okay.
Hold on, I can fix this problem. Hold on.
I can do it right now, I think. Try this way.
Don't no. Let me turn on. Let me turn on the Roku volume.
Okay.
Right.
All right, let's try that.
Renee.
1 second, you guys. This is the great thing about doing things live is that we get to also fix things live when they're happening.
Where's the speaker?
In the vehicle.
Say something.
Say something, sis.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Yes, we can hear you now. Everybody could have already heard you, but now we can hear you. So this is my big sister, Marilyn. You guys may not know this about me, but one side of my family is very much into respiratory therapy and in the medical field, and pretty much very active. These are the hospital people. She will be echoing because our mics will pick her up, Darren, just so that you know a little bit. So we have, I guess, Marilyn, if you want to introduce yourself and how long you've been a respiratory therapist. Even calling you Marilyn's weird, but go ahead.
It's all right. You can say Lynn. For Nikki, I'm Lynn. Marilyn, I'm a respiratory therapist. 7.
She's frozen now.
Been around it for a while. Been a therapist here and in the field for about 25 years.
Oh, wow. Has it been that long already?
Yeah, Brittany turned 26 today. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Brittany turned a whole 26 today, you guys. So,
Yep.
It's crazy to
Wow,
me.
that's fantastic.
Do you love it?
I absolutely love it. The reason I love it because I like helping people. So it gives me pleasure to help my patient. And you know, Nick, I'm always helping people. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So
It's true.
Nice.
That's true. Okay, so just real quick about the vaccine. I think one of the main things that people are worried about is how quickly it came out. So I know a lot of people have been saying, well, how did they make a COVID vaccine in a year? Pretty much.
So technically, they didn't make it in a year. So they have been working on this vaccine. My understanding from my research I did, they have been working on it for over 10 years, especially the RNA part of the vaccine. So my research I did, they were working on this with the SARS
Oh, okay.
virus.
Right.
So the COVID virus is from the SARS vaccine, from SARS. It's an animal flu.
Okay.
So they've been working on that for a while, but we didn't know it.
Right. So SARS happened like years and years ago. There was like a fear of this SARS breakout.
Right.
And then that's when they've pretty much been working on the COVID vaccine. And that's been like, I think like 10 years probably.
Yep. Well, that's what
Yes.
she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So
The other question is about common side effects. And yeah, like what have you been seeing?
so of the COVID virus or the vaccination?
Oh, the side effects of the vaccination. Let's start there. Because I would have you talk about your time. So I think we'll hear about the side effects at that time.
So the side effects of the COVID vaccination is it's the same thing as if you contracted the COVID of itself. So fever, sore throat, body aches, diarrhea, stomach, um, loss of taste, loss of smell, headache,
Dang.
and that kind of stuff. So it's it,
I mean,
Oh my god.
the funny thing about it is that I had all those symptoms when I got COVID last September. So when I got COVID last September, every one of these symptoms that she's saying that are there, I got every one of those symptoms. I thought I was going to die. Like I literally was in
yes,
bed and thought I was going to die. But my body, and there's a lot of people who did not have what I got in my body, and my body kind of healed itself and repaired itself within the 14 days. But it took the entire 14 days for my body to say, hey, I got this, right? But I was out for the count.
Shout out to Tim also, because me and Tim were on the herbs campaign.
Yeah, Tim came and dropped off stuff at the house for me and stuff
I was
like that.
making
So shout
soup
out
for
that.
everybody.
And I watched 10 seasons of Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It's all 7 seasons. Stuck in the bed, can't barely move. So yes, go ahead. Tell us some more.
yeah.
I go ahead. Sorry.
So it's like I use the analogy is like the flu on steroids.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not really the flu, but when you get it, if you ever had flu, it's like 10 times worse than that. Like what you said, you can't get out of bed, you literally have to rest for that full length of time that they tell you to rest for.
Wow. So that actually answers the next question, which is, can you get COVID from the vaccine? But I guess
So
it's not COVID, but it's the symptoms of COVID.
So it's like when you get the flu vaccine, right? You can still get the flu, but you don't get the flu as severely as if you don't get the flu vaccine.
Gotcha.
So it's the same analogy. You can get the flu, you can get the COVID symptoms, but it's not going to put you in a hospital or lay you up in bed for 14 days.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Well, and I have a question that's not one of the ones that you you may have, but when you have the vaccine, am I right in saying that the vaccine you could still get COVID, but you could
Hmm.
get the symptoms without getting COVID as well
So
from the vaccine itself?
you can get, mm, I won't say from the vac. So if you're asking me if they in vaccinate you with a little portion of the virus,
Right.
yes, that is what they're doing to build up the antibodies in your body. It's like when I was younger, back in Guyana, they inject us with the TB virus. So whenever I get a TB shot, my TB come back negative. But the COVID vaccination is a little bit different than that.
Oh, okay.
I think if you get the like the TB shot, if they test you, you're gonna show antibodies for your body build up antibodies for the COVID virus. That's why you don't get
Okay.
as sick as you would get.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, I'm good.
So what was it like? Like, what was it like at the height of COVID, I guess? And are you still seeing, like, is there like another wave coming from where you're seeing it, or is it um like
So
curtailed?
no. So I think there is another wave coming. The hospital I work at, we're actually preparing for I call it the fourth wave or third wave,
Oh wow.
whatever. Um, this trend that is so with the COVID vaccination, what it does, it replicates itself. So that's why you have different variants. So it's like this one gets a little stronger than the one before.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
Delta variant is way more contagious than the one that was before this one. So that's why, and this affects more young people per se, because they think they're invincible.
I was there once.
Too. Uh, but we live and learn.
Yeah, we do. Okay. So yeah, what was your time like in the thick of it?
Uh, how I should say, hell and back. The hardest for me, Nick, and with respiratory, our job is to maintain the airway and ventilate the patient. So when you're working with a patient and you can take an amble bag and ventilate them,
Hmm.
that's hard because that is my job. My job is to ventilate you without oxygenation, right?
Mm.
And me ventilating them, how is oxygen going to go to the rest of your body? With
Right.
COVID, we couldn't do that because we didn't know what the disease was and everything else. So it was like, you can't ventilate, you can't oxygenate, you just got to pray and ask God to keep that person alive. So
Wow. Wow. I
And
like
then
it.
I guess
basically,
in the beginning you didn't even know what it was at all, right? Like it was
yes,
like complete, like nobody knew, I guess, what anything the outcomes would be. Like you're just guessing at first.
basically, you're going as you go along, trial and error. So it was hard for me. I literally cried every day on my way home from work, so that when I get in the house, the kids wouldn't see me crying, or especially Brittany, she was terrified. So you cry in your car, you come home, you wipe your eyes and put a smile on your face and be happy for that. And then the routine begins
Hardcore.
again.
Yeah. And also, some information for the audience is that both my sister and her husband, my brother in law, who's been in the family like for too many years, he's my big brother pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
are both respiratory therapists. So they were literally probably like, I can't even imagine if you guys even saw each other in that time. Like, both kind of working on the front lines.
We did see each other, but we had a rule. We didn't talk about it in the house because it was too
Oh,
emotional to talk about it.
Yeah, I get that.
So we try not to speak about it. We come home, he look at me, I look at him, and we nod and we just left it at there. I know you had a hard night at work. I know you had a hard night at work, and we just, you know, I don't want to say we didn't care about our patient, but sometimes you just want to leave it there because you know
yeah.
the next you're picking it up again.
And just so that people understand why this is important, to give you a reference. So my dad, who passed, had ALS. And one of the things a respiratory therapist had to come and squeeze this bottle to help him kind of breathe in and breathe out. But as soon as COVID hit, they stopped sending the respiratory therapist to the hospital and actually had to admit him into the hospital. So he was in the hospital early February and struggling with, I think he was only surviving off of, I think, 40% oxygen into his lungs. So he was only taking in, he only had strength enough to breathe in that amount of oxygen into his lungs, and nobody was there to help him get this at the very beginning. Coming around to May and June, He was able to go back, and the therapist started to come, but they quarantined the entire place, and everybody who came in had to be completely masked up, completely gloved up, completely suited up before they even got into the space, and they wouldn't even allow family members in. Only one family member was allowed at the time. So when you're looking at her job and how it affects people that are around you, this is one of the examples of how it affected me personally. He ended up passing in June, and when he was passing, he couldn't breathe. Like, he was struggling to breathe. He had gone down to 10% oxygen. That's all he could get in. So in the nighttime, while he was sleeping, he just passed peacefully. But that is one of the reasons why we need respiratory therapists. This is one of the reasons why it's so hard for her, and this is one of the reasons why you have to do what you can to avoid getting COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is one of my biggest thing when I hear people go, "Oh, this is not real," or "this is fake," or something like that, because
Strips.
it really strokes. And the other thing is that it's something, you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for your family, And I understand there's people out there who don't want to take the vaccine because they think it came out very quickly. Do your research. That's all I would say. Do your research. Don't listen to people that they're injecting metal into your body and they want to track you. They're already probably doing that with the cell phones we
Tracking.
use.
Yeah, they're tracking. There's two
So,
of them. They're
That's
tracking.
too.
close, common
Yeah.
sense goes a long way.
Yep.
It goes a long way. Sis, thank you so much. I don't think we've been face to face in too long, so we'll talk again soon. Thanks for making yourself available.
Love
Mwah,
you.
mwah.
That's it.
Love you too.
Everyone, give her a round of applause. We normally have our live.
We have some.
We do. Oh,
Oh, we got this.
she's
too.
great.
This is what she needs. That's more her speed.
Oh man, she's awesome. Nice.
Yeah, that was my big sis, everybody.
Yay.
Yeah, she's my fave.
Nice.
Yeah, so let us move on to the rest of the scroll. What did you got? Nobody even asked a question. We were just listening.
Well, I don't think we gave them an option. You just were like,
Sorry,
okay,
you
bye,
guys.
sis.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh, it's great seeing you. Bye, sis. Everybody's like, but what about?
Yes. So,
on to the scroll. We have a few things that happen. If anybody has any questions, though, for Queen Marilyn that was on earlier, or for us, please leave it in the comments, or you can email it to us, and we'll look at getting you some answers for this. We want to make sure that everybody is well knowledgeable about the vaccine, about COVID, about all of the things before you choose.
make your choice.
Make your choice. If you've already made your choice, some people made their choice and then found out that Bell's palsy. Like there's a lot of questions like, am I gonna get Bell's palsy now? Some people are like, do not get the same two. If you're getting the shots, do
Sorry,
not
girl.
get the other one from the same person. Almost like it's superstition. You can't get the vaccine from two of the same. You got to get two different. And then some people
But
are
I
like,
have said there's been studies that said mix and matching the vaccine gives you more protection than getting the same one two times.
That's what they're saying.
They have
a lot
said
of
that.
people have said you got to mix and match it, or else it doesn't work right. And then other people are like, blood clot.
Literally.
There's blood clots
Johnson.
are caused by this. The one that's a single shot, we've been told, like Pfizer, we've been told that your heart
enlarges,
and as young people especially, you just die in your sleep, which we've had a couple people die recently of enlarged hearts. So it is really, 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 really something that you have to do your research. Nobody on this show is going to tell you to go and vaccinate. We will only give you the information that you need to be better people and to empower yourself.
Make your decisions, yeah.
So, on to the scroll.
That was beginning scroll.
So Biz Markie.
Oh, R.I.P.
Oh, baby, you got what I need. And you said she's just a friend. And you said he's just a friend.
Janelle's on. She said perfect timing. But no, it's not perfect timing. You missed my whole sister.
You missed.
Janelle wanted to come on and be like,
sis.
but viral shedding.
But what about the satellites? Okay. But I love Janelle to death. If she has questions, we can take those questions and ask.
No, she's well informed.
Queen Marilyn, but she's
like
well informed.
Yeah,
with
Janelle's very
whatever information she's got from whomever she's got it from, which is great. So Biz Markie passed.
Yes, R.I.P. to him.
He sang that song. That's one of his claims to fame. But he has a whole rap.
And he wrote for a lot of people.
Yeah. So much, and he was just coming back. Like people were doing a lot of stuff with him and stuff like that. So shout out to him. Shout out to
Dipset, who also passed away. They were murdered at Madison Square Garden. Huh? What?
So for those of you who know, there's another versus battle between the Locks and Dipset. Dipset.
Yeah.
And the Locks came out.
This
sold out
the
Guardian.
D-Block. Mighty D-Block. Yeah.
Right. So they came out both showing their portfolios. The funny thing about it, Jadakiss and the boys came out.
It was
swinging.
It was fire. And you guys may not know this about me, but I did not like Jadakiss for a very long time.
Very long time.
And then it's also because my ex-boyfriend is like bromance with Jadakiss, like loves him so much. So I've heard a lot of Jadakiss. So was like, meh, yeah, right. So then went to North Carolina. A friend of mine's husband or whatever through this show had Jadakiss there. I was there taking pictures, got to meet him, got to hang out with him. Immediately after, I was like, oh, he's the illest rapper ever. Because one thing you don't realize is that Jadakiss is a dude from the block. Like, that's who he is, period.
He's probably on the block right now.
So when you meet him, you're like, immediately like, yo, I want you to succeed. I want you to be bigger than whatever. Like, he just has that thing about him. Yeah. This Jadakiss.
It was good.
They decided ahead of time that they were going to be picking at each other and fighting throughout the entire thing.
So, and the funny thing about it is they're picking each other, but then you see them whispering to each other. Like,
and they're like, this
you
or
know,
this.
So
I'm
you realize
I'm going to do this.
This is not two warring factions. This is two friends that are on two sides of the coin. And they're sitting there like, yo, we got this. So Dipset came out. But every time they went to rap, they literally had the song playing with the lyrics playing.
Right.
And they kept rapping over their own selves in the lyrics.
And I do have to say, Dipset came out like Harlem comes out. Like, Harlem is about fashion.
Yeah,
Harlem niggas are going to be fashionable, and that's it. So YO or Yonkers is like on the other side of the Bronx. So it's Harlem and then the Bronx, and then Yonkers is on the other side. So the Locks and them are pretty much from tippy tip North Bronx, Yonkers, like Yonkers is like almost upstate pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So they're out there in like their t-shirts, like right from the hood.
Yeah.
Shout out also, like Styles P had his Lil Pharma shirt on. She Luke was out there.
Yep. He had a green jacket with green shoes, a green hat. That's about as matchy as he could get. And his shirt had green. He had a gray shirt with
Mamacita's on.
Okay. Mom's in there. Okay.
Mama's here.
Hey, Mom.
She got on tonight. She said, "Great presentation by your sister. God bless her.
Nice.
Love, Mom."
So, they came out.
Yes,
but then
Joel Santana did come out with the same outfit he had on 12 years ago, looking better than I expected him to, because I think he had a while where he had to do some rehab and stuff. Yeah, it was looking a bit rough for the man in a minute.
And Dipset came out. They got the Louis Vuitton hat with the Louis Vuitton shoes and the Louis Vuitton. Right? One of them bowed down and put on a chain. Some guy came out with
extra
a chain
on top of all his other chains.
So he had a big chain, and the chain had all these coffins on the chain, I guess representing the
bodies. I don't know.
So he gets up. Jadakiss looks at him and is like, "Look at this guy, corny." He's making fun of them and singing their lyrics, which is the greatest part of that. He's singing their lyrics.
But Jadakiss, I mean, they went back and forth, and then there was a point where it was just Jada, locks, Jada, locks. Towards the end of it, I think they pretty much flushed them out. Their portfolio is
extensive, and they came out with it. And so the next day, Fat Joe comes on, and he goes viral because Fat Joe recounts the entire thing and doing all the voices of all the people that came out. He said he was going wild. He's like, "Wow!" And they caught him with his mask sideways. He had to put his mask back on. He said that COVID was in the house in our COVID theme. And he was like, "Yeah, COVID was in the house.
It was present.
It was in the house." So he had a great time, and then I took a snippet from the end of that where he talks about Bismarcky, and he talks about being brothers with him. He talks about how people are passing, and we have a lot of people dying, especially in this day and age where we have the pandemic and we have different things happening, and we have to take life at its fullest and do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
So that actually is my word for the night.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're done? Sorry, that was fast.
No, that was.
All right, everybody. Well,
I'll go and tell you what's up later.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that was awesome, and I feel like the Locks won that one.
They definitely did, for sure.
Tore it up.
Also, streaming increased. I hope Jada gets all of his things, his flowers, his coins. Please run him everything. And Fat Joe is a New York City legend from Big Pun time, Big Pun days. So big shout out also to that whole crew. It definitely, watching it, felt like being back in New York. I was getting very hype over
What was the
parts
name
of
of the guy from the Locks that they tried to challenge him? He didn't have anything in his portfolio. They're like, "We want to hear from you."
From the Locks?
Yeah, from the Locks. I think it was
Chic?
I think it might have been Chic, and then Chic started spinning.
Chic has some nice ones.
Yeah. They were like, we want to hear from you. And also they played his track. The DJ just put it on. And he started spinning.
Yeah.
And they didn't have none of their lyrics.
Boom,
they had only instrumentals.
Boom,
it was great.
Boom.
But that was one of the best. And even Fat Joe said is the best one since Buju Banton.
Yeah. I missed the Buju one.
Not Buju Banton.
Beanie Man.
Beanie Man.
Yeah, that was a good one too. I think it was good because they worked together. And yes, Darren, Chic has about 2 albums, and Chic is one of his flow is just so. I don't know. He's pretty ill. I don't know why they would call him out on that, but
yeah, they called him out.
Yeah, it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is definitely still online, so if you get a chance to watch it, definitely do that.
All right.
What else did we have? We have a bunch of Black Girl Magic in the Olympics.
Right.
We have the first American to win 800 meters. Is a tall, I would be guessing, but probably Sudanese-looking young lady. I don't have any names lined up for you guys tonight. I am
the lady
sorry.
In the qualification round, the person in front of her tripped, and then she tripped over that person. in the last lap of the qualification. She still came back and qualified, and then came back and won the whole thing the next day.
Yeah.
So she won the entire thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Greg, who
Davis? Was he in the Olympics?
his whole family was in the Olympics, obviously, because every Jamaican I know feels like every Jamaican is a relative to them.
And probably are. So congratulations and shout out to all the Jamaicans for your 1, 2, 3 sweep in the 200.
Yes, Greg. Congratulations. Your family came out and did the thing.
Yeah, your people. Andre DeGrasse did a bunch of stuff.
First, though, Elaine Thompson comes in. She wins the 100, comes back, wins the 200. But when she wins the 100, her old teammates in that sweep were mad. Both teammates were vexed.
They are,
so
whatchamacallit, they're rivals. That's why.
And she was mad. She was looking up at the
Leave those ladies alone and let them be. It's sport.
Seething.
I feel like I appreciate it, but it's also sport. So that is where it belongs on the track.
But in the Olympics, when you're running and you're like, I'm from Portmore and I'm from Sinton. Like, if you're going to do those kind of things, I get it. You're repping your neighborhood.
I spot town.
But I'm from Spanish Town. I'm from Kingston. I'm from Montego, Moby. I'm from Ocho
Portmore. Portmore is not really a city. It's not really a parish. It's just a housing. Hey,
yeah, and then they get all mad, right? But when you come to the Olympics, you're representing your country. So if I'm going to the Olympics, I'm not representing Edmonton. I'm representing Canada. But before that, yeah, I'm representing Edmonton. Yeah. So I found that
if
funny.
Somebody from Toronto won over you, you'd be mad.
And here comes this, and all the people who are online right now, and you're listening online. The American young lady Richardson, who was
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri, who did not get to run because of
she came out and said, "Congratulations, everybody!"
Smoking her weed and doing her thing, so she wasn't able to get on there. But a lot of people said if she did her best time, she would have come in second. She would have split up that 1, 2, 3 sweep. It would have been a 1, skip a few 2 sweep. What? So that's what happened.
We'll
what do you
know.
all think? What do you all think? Greg, I already know what you think.
All the Jamaicans, we know what you think. Everybody else.
Everybody else, I want to know what you think.
What y'all think?
To give you a accurate depiction of what's going on, the time was 10.67 for Elaine. And then her partner was 10.74, I think it was. And then her other partner was 10.76, right behind her. And Sha'Carri Richardson was 10.72 in the Olympic,
qualifiers.
In the qualifiers. So even if she did 10.72, she would have come in second. So I don't know what you think, but I want to know what you think. Put it in the comments. Let's hear what you got to say.
All right.
We also have
shout out to Simone Biles, who won a bronze
medal.
Girl, you did not have to do that
on the balance beams.
You did not have to do that, but
I didn't even know she was on the balance beams. To be honest,
she be doing all that stuff.
I mean, like, yo, you were on the balance beams.
Somebody was like, she's so fit, I can't even run as fast as she can run to get on the mat.
I'm like, wow.
She twists so many ways. Who knows?
Stop.
At one time,
she did a twist. She was pitching the opening game at one of the baseball.
And she did a roundhouse, a standing
roundhouse twist in the air down with the landing,
like
perfect landing, and everyone's like, "Wah!" And she was like, and threw the ball. I was like, Yes, you sneeze and flip every time you sneeze. You do a somersault.
I love it. Her and her boyfriend are adorable. They're both like beautiful people.
They're nice. They're
Yeah.
nice
Yep.
people.
Are you ready to move on?
Wait.
Okay.
There's
so much.
Lil Baby came out. He said a bunch
Oh,
of things.
the baby. Let's talk about him real
Lil
quick.
Baby came out. He
Da
said a
Baby.
bunch of things that were in the homophobic realm, but then he said,
Da
no,
Baby is not Lil Baby.
I called him the little baby.
Da Baby is not
The way
Lil
how he
Baby.
be crying in the media, he the little baby to me.
So he came out. So Lil Baby was playing Rolling Loud over there in Miami.
The baby?
The little baby. Da Baby was playing. First of all, there's already a bunch of stuff that the back end is the baby and Meg used to be like, they are two different people, says Darren. Darren, yes, we know this. That's what I try to tell him.
Sorry. For those of you who don't know who these two people, it doesn't matter.
They are two different people, correct. But Megan and Da Baby, they were like kind of close friend situation for a while. Da Baby found himself bigging up what's the little boy's name? Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
Found himself bigging up Tory Lanez. Megan was like, what the F is that about? And then, so they kind of like had a division in their friendship. The baby comes onto Rolling Loud, brings out Tory Lanez during his set also, which was either right before or right after. I think it was right before Meg's set. Okay. So also, like, nobody's really checking for Tory Lanez like that. I personally did not think that it was necessary, but okay, boo, do you. So he comes out, does that, and then at the end of his set, he says a bunch of homo antagonistic / ill informed things about HIV and sucking dick in the parking lot. Sorry to aunties and everybody else who's on. I apologize, but yes. So he goes out and says all these things to the crowd, and then there's this huge backlash, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people thought that what he was saying was homophobic. Mm-hmm. But then he goes on to explain that
poorly,
very poorly, that he's talking to his fans, who he has no problem with his fans, and all of his fans are safe. So doing sexual acts in the parking lot and stuff like that, none of his fans would do because they're all safe.
They're classy.
And they're classy people, so they wouldn't be doing this in the parking lot.
And he said all his fans don't have HIV or AIDS. He said something about them
wrap it up.
Because them dying in 2 weeks from HIV or AIDS.
Yeah, because they never do that because they wrap it up.
Correct. So then he continued to get removed off of
everything.
Was like, Governor's Ball took him off. I think Woodstock probably took him off. Any Coachella took him off. Any pending festival, everybody took him off.
No, he's hot on the block right now. He needs to lay low for a little while.
And then the most wonderfully constructed statement from his PR came out. And I'm like, why didn't he check with his PR before he said what he said the first time? I have no idea. But it's polished like a turd. Anyway, you can definitely read it online.
So you can read it online if you want to. The baby put his foot in it and everything else with salt and curry chicken. So,
yes.
We did talk about Heritage Days already.
We sure did.
One of the things. And a lot of people are recounting Michael Jackson this week and different people who have passed this week. So give a shout out to all the people who passed that we never got to.
Shout out to everybody on the other side.
On the other side, basically, yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
So that happened.
All that happened.
Did we miss anything? We
Probably.
had a wait. We had a barbecue again. For those of you who are at the Kiskadee Garden, we have a barbecue once a month. This time around.
Next one's Labor Day.
So
maybe Sunday before Labor Day.
So we'll try it. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like a Sunday before Labor Day if that's what y'all want. Had a lot of people come out. We had the Dominoes Out. You know, somebody was about to get sick, but once again, the Lord, with all His infinite mercy, saved that person from getting sick.
Was that Dane? Poor Dane.
No, it wasn't.
Big
Dane.
shout out to Dane, who, to be very honest with you,
Actually, it was Dane.
Dane Alexandria, I have to be very honest with you. Talk about a person who has a great attitude. Like, everybody was clowning him, all this stuff. He was just laughing and going on and playing into the jokes until he finally won.
Yeah, but
I was so glad to see it. He was so good.
He was good because he knew. And the funny thing about it is,
He knows what it is.
yeah, he knew what it was.
Yeah, he knows what
he
it
knew what it was, and he knew on my face because I was one of the ones clowning him. By the way,
It was Nigel was the leader of the pack.
and I literally, it got to a point where I didn't say anything anymore. I just looked at him and was like,
But Nigel had led the pack, so even the children were involved at this
yeah, the
point.
children were starting to get on him. It got really bad. I had to beat the children to avenge him.
That's terrible.
So yeah, on to the screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Are we moving on?
Yeah, we're moving on.
Okay, so we're on to
The
screen. So on the screen, we got a couple of shows that have been trending.
Who is watching Cocaine Cowboys right now? Because
Anybody watching Cocaine Cowboys?
I am currently watching Cocaine Cowboys, and it is a little bit wonderful because these guys keep getting away. So I just appreciate the way that they maneuver the police in Miami. Also, I watched a movie called Blind Spot. It's like a show on Amazon. It was very so-so. They would like end in a room and then they'd pick up the scene completely somewhere else, and I had no idea what happened between the characters, or they'd be in this really intense moment and then the scene would pick up and they're like outside. So I didn't really understand why they did some of those things, to be honest. And of course, like, yeah, I didn't love it. But if you want to binge watch something that doesn't involve you actually thinking, it is worth it.
For those of you who are cartoon fans, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
It's excellent, actually. It was really good.
It was good. They redid He-Man. They included stabbing, blood, and killing.
So beware.
Be aware if your children are watching it, as they're just doing a continuation of the previous ones.
Okay.
But now they've done it for a more adult,
Audience.
or more mature audience, I should say. So that was really great. I also watched Jungle Cruise.
Like Jungle Boat? Jungle Ship.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
With The Rock and this other lady.
It is a
who
period piece.
Who is the main person. So it is a period piece. I did fall asleep in part of it.
Okay.
Because I realized after a while it was Moana. It was the actual live action movie for Moana. As I watched it, I realized Rock plays Maui.
Oh, yeah.
The girl in there is Moana. She's trying to get the heart of
Nefertiti.
which is very strangely the whole plot line for Moana.
The heart of
There were
Nefertiti.
even people blowing darts at them, like
Also
Moana.
in Moana.
So it was very interesting. I ended up falling asleep.
Good one for the kids.
Yeah, it was great,
Great
and
for the
my
kids.
children loved every second of it.
Yeah.
So that one is a good one.
Yeah. Female in the heroine spot. Strong female lead.
Yes. Speaking of strong female lead, Black Widow. We had Black Widow. Not a bad one at all. There were a lot of twists and turns.
You finished Loki.
Finished Loki as well. Loki was great.
I have not watched that at all. Is
That-
it worth it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Your face makes me feel like I should watch it.
if you love Lovecraft Country,
I know old girl's in it. I love her.
yeah, but if you love the guy, he's also in it.
Oh, he's in it. Jonathan Majors is
Oh,
in
he
it.
is in it.
Oh, okay.
So
Jonathan Majors is in it, you guys. I will be watching.
So it is great how they put it together, what they're doing about it. They put it together was really nice. So that's good. Trying to catch you up on all of them. There are so many shows that I really can't remember all of them, so I'll save some for next week.
Yeah. Okay, what are you listening to? What's in your ears?
Oh, man. So, in my ears, after all the soca and all the stuff we did, all the reggae stuff that we did, we landed right back to Bruno Mars.
He's got a new song out.
Anderson .Paak.
They got a roll
comeback one called Skate.
Yeah, Skate.
And that is in my ears right now. It is phenomenal.
Yeah. I have not watched it, but they have definitely, I mean, it's black people music that they're making, so I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, it is not bad. Him teaming up with Anderson .Paak and their group that they have, which is called Silk Sonic, they are doing a great job to make sure that we have the tunes for the summer.
Who, by the way, they beat out Chloe and Halle in Best Duo for some award show. I think maybe it was the BET Awards or something.
Yeah, but I get that.
Why?
Chloe and
They're
Halle,
not a real group.
They are a real group.
Supersonic?
Yeah. They're like, it's.
They literally just came out with their second song, bro. Now,
But
after.
here's what the funny thing about Chloe and Halle came out with a song. It took Chloe and Halle weeks to get to platinum. Because people were listening to it, and some people were like, nah, it's okay. They weren't really taking off. These two came out with a song.
Immediately.
It literally immediately went on karaoke machines. People were typing out lyrics and getting it. So it literally had that momentum.
Okay.
And that's what got them the win.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to have longevity to be the best group, but no problem.
Oh, speaking of longevity, I forgot to, let's rewind just a little bit back to scroll on the Olympics, the 4x100
Yeah,
relay.
some weird from Italy won it, I guess.
Greatest upset in the world. I thought Jamaica was going to take it. Greg, what happened? I want to know what happened to your team. Canada came in with a bronze.
Yeah.
Britain came in with second. Mm-hmm. Italy came in first
Very
place.
strange. Yeah.
4x100.
So I guess whichever Africans they don't drown.
And the white guy who was the anchor. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. I am listening to...
What are you listening to?
I think it's soca right now. Cass has curated a Spotify playlist called Massive Soca Hits.
Yes, I've been listening to it.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's got the oldies and the nudies in it too. It's good. Okay, let us move on to the word, which you already started, but go ahead.
Here's the word.
Here it goes.
So, in the words of Fat
Joe. Okay,
name?
This is where we are.
Fat Joe is here, and he's trying to say, listen, we are losing loved ones left, right, and center. And what's been happening is, as we lose loved ones, we are going into the next day and the next day, and we're just surviving. But a lot of us aren't happy in our day-to-day lives. And he says, if he had known what he knows now about being happy, he would have gone after his happiness more so than the nice fancy cars and the clothes and the house and the other stuff. Because it was his happiness. It just so happens that the job that he does is what makes him happy. Mm-hmm. And so my whole life, and even how my life is playing out right now, and me emceeing and doing MC work and having the Melanistic magazine and having this very podcast is me exercising things that make me happy in life, trying to make those things make me money. Mm-hmm. Because when you are happy in the things that make you money, it no longer is work. Mm-hmm. But you get paid to do what you love.
It's still work, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's no longer feels like work.
Got you.
Right? So even though we go through different things, like when I MC, it is a lot of work. I am up and down, on the stage, down.
Also prep work. You do a lot of prep.
Lots of stuff to make sure that things go right. Renting outfits. For people who've seen me MC weddings, I also make videos for the groom and the bride. I do a bunch of stuff that are funny and as a tribute, and they get to keep that and stuff like that. So, making yourself happy is what you have to figure out. What in this world is going to make you happy? And go after it. Make sure that you can do it. I'm not saying to sacrifice everything. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But if you believe in yourself, that if you put your attention into the things that make you happy, that will be successful and it will launch out, do it.
Yeah.
And that's the word.
Okay, everybody, go ahead, make yourselves happy this week. Thank you for joining us. And we will see you again next week on the Black Multiverse Theory podcast.
Bye!
It's playing, you can't tell.